You will pay full price for eShop games.
No. It's not true. That's impossible!
Hey everyone, and welcome back for another under $5 eShop deals video, where each and every week we go through the Nintendo Switch eShop and we pick out some of the best games currently on sale, all the while staying under a budget of only $5. Now I know I've been gone for a little while, I'm back from vacation, and unfortunately when I got back I got really sick, and I pretty much couldn't even sit up for 15 minutes straight all week. However, the good news now is I am on the mend, so we should be getting back to a very regular schedule in the next couple of weeks. Now that also brings us to today's video that is a special video because I'll be giving away 3 $10 eShop gift cards, one for each one of the videos during the time I was on vacation. And if ever this is your first time watching one of my videos and you're wondering how you can participate in that giveaway, all you need to do is be subscribed to the channel, drop a comment down below, and then check out the next video to see if you won. Also, if you reach the end of the video and you're still looking for other great deals, I'll always be linking the latest eShop deals videos down below in the description of the video and the top pinned comment, because I don't repeat the same deals 2 videos in a row. And sometimes some of those deals are still running today. So now with all that out of the way, let's jump into the deals. Just remember, one of the best ways to help support the channel, hit that like button and subscribe if you aren't already. So now we're going to start out today's video pretty big, with 4 of the SteamWorld games currently on sale, all at brand new lows or matching their lowest ever price, between 80 and 90% off, $1.99 up to $4.99. Now we're going to take a brief look at all 4 games because we've seen them multiple times on the channel because they are some really great games. And definitely top of the list of these games for this week is SteamWorld Heist Ultimate Edition, that's at a brand new low of $1.99. Now this takes the fantastic steampunk-inspired designs and thrusts them into space, and this is actually a tactical shooting game. And one that has some pretty funky mechanics, all based around bouncing your shots off of walls, grenades, and so forth. It also features randomly designed levels, meaning that you can replay this game many times. If you are any kind of strategy fan, at $1.99 you're going to be picking up an amazing experience. Next, we have SteamWorld Dig that is back to $1.99 because it is 80% off. This is a great 2D Metroidvania game. It has a super addictive loop of trying to dig deeper and deeper each time, and always a really important risk-reward system. Dig a little deeper and you'll get better rewards, but you also risk losing it all. And to follow that up, we also have SteamWorld Dig 2 that's at a brand new low of 80% off, $3.99. Now this takes the basic concept of the first game and makes it even better. And I'm really not joking, this is probably still today one of the top Metroidvanias on the Nintendo Switch. And definitely among my top picks of the SteamWorld games, it's almost even between SteamWorld Heist and SteamWorld Dig 2. And lastly, to finish off the SteamWorld series, we have SteamWorld Quest Hand of Gilgamesh that is 80% off, $4.99. And this game is basically an RPG with a card-based battle system. It once again takes that beautiful steampunk design, throws it in a new genre, and delivers a great experience. Overall, when you don't know what to pick up, the SteamWorld games are almost never a bad choice. And personally, I'm really hoping that SteamWorld Build gets a really good sale soon, because even I'm waiting to pick that one up. So now it's time to take a couple of seconds to talk about the sponsor of today's video, which is Warhammer 40k Daka Squadron, a game that just released today on the Nintendo Switch eShop. Now this game is an awesome aerial combat game set in the grimdark Warhammer 40k universe. And in the game you'll be taking on the role of an orc flyer pilot engaging in fast-paced dogfighting action across a variety of war-torn landscapes. And if you're going to be playing a Warhammer 40k game, what better faction to focus on than the Orc faction, that are known for their love of warfare, loud guns, and also ramshackle technology. And I've got to really say the game manages to really capture the essence of the Orc faction, offering an experience that's both exhilarating but also humorous at times. There's some nice bits of lore really spread out throughout the game, featuring tons of options to customize your plane, with different weapons and upgrades that can be used on the battlefield to gain an advantage over your opponent. And personally, I'm really glad to see some new third-person aerial combat simulators hit the Nintendo Switch, because we really don't have a lot of options in that genre. So whether you're a fan of the 40k universe or just really into aerial combat, this can be a great pick. It is currently available on the eShop at a price of only $19.99, so definitely check it out, and thanks once again to the publisher for sponsoring today's video. Now our next game for today is a brand new entry on the series, and that is Super Daryl Deluxe. That is now 85% off, only $2.99, and this one running till March 15th. Now this game can be pretty much summed up as a comedy RPG-vania with a unique hand-drawn art style. It basically combines the Metroidvania exploration with a deep combat system and an absurd, humorous storyline. And in the game, you'll be navigating through the bizarre world of the Waterfalls High School, unlocking new abilities all along the way. As I said earlier, what really sets this one apart is the original art style and once again, that humoristic setting, providing a fresh take on the genre. And the combat system is very robust, offering a variety of skills and abilities to customize Daryl's fighting style. The one thing I'll mention, however, is the game does have a few pacing issues in my opinion, and some areas just feel overly drawn out. Also, while humor is a strong point, it's not necessarily a humor that will resonate with everyone. And if it does end up resonating with you, you just might fall in love with the game. However, the opposite can also be true. Nonetheless, at $2.99, if you like what you're seeing, this one can be a great pick. Our next game for today is going to be Hyper 5, that's also hitting a brand new low of 50% off, $4.99, and this one will be running all the way till March 22nd. Now this game is a sci-fi themed shoot 'em up that focuses on fast-paced action and challenging gameplay. It pays homage to the classic arcade shooters, offering a variety of ships, weapons, and power-ups to tackle ever-increasing difficult waves of enemies and bosses. The game also features multiple different routes that you can take throughout the different levels if you match their required actions. Meaning that if you want to see everything there is to see and fight every boss, you'll need multiple playthroughs. It also provides some pretty cool cinematic cutscenes, especially once again to introduce those different bosses. It's a style that's a great throwback to the classic time of the 90s where shoot 'em ups were all over the arcades. Now the one thing I would maybe mention is that the balancing in the game can feel a little off, with the first 3 levels being like a warm-up and a little bit too easy, and the last 2 levels being a real grind. The sudden crazy increase in difficulty can be a little jarring and maybe leave you unprepared, but as long as you put in the time, those last 2 levels nonetheless are very doable. And personally, for only $5, this is a great pickup for veterans and newcomers alike. Now it's time to take a quick break and announce the winners of the $10 eShop gift cards. And our first winner is going to be Ricky the Rocket, who said Tiny Thor for me. Our winner number 2 is going to be Agnes Mann, who said more power to you. And lastly, our third winner is going to be Jero Massa, who said 9 years of Shadow looks impressive. Well, thank you for all 3 of you for your awesome comments and continued support. All you need to do to claim your $10 eShop gift card is reach out to me in my pinned comment down below. Now if we jump straight back into our deals, we have Melon Journey Bittersweet Memories that's also at a brand new low of 70% off, $4.49, this one running till March 12th. Now this game is a story-driven adventure game that is set in a charming retro-inspired world. And this game is mainly focused around the narrative, exploration, and puzzle solving, touching on themes of friendship and mystery. Now personally, for a retro experience, this game really excels in creating an emotionally engaging story that captivates you from the start to the finish. I also really enjoyed the pixel art style and the soundtrack, which really complemented each other perfectly. The puzzles are also pretty well designed and add a nice depth to the exploration, extending the experience. Now the only 2 things I would really warn about this one is that the game, as I said earlier, is really about the narrative, and some might find the mechanics themselves somewhat simplistic. However, the game is really more about the overall experience than the individual mechanics. Also, it's not all that long of a game, which why right now is a great time to be picking it up at this awesome lower price. But at least for me, this was a really nice, short and sweet game. Now our next great deal for today is going to be on Graveyard Keeper. That is back to 75% off, $4.99, this one running till March 28th. Now this game is basically a life/management sim with a dark humoristic twist. The best comparison I could give is it's like a very dark version of Stardew Valley. because you're basically taking on the role of a medieval gravekeeper that is tasked with building and managing a graveyard. So you'll need to conduct autopsies and also navigate a lot of moral quandaries throughout the game. But this game really offers a ton of gameplay because the management and crafting systems are very deep and engaging that offer plenty of different choices and strategic depth. Now, on the other hand, you have to be ready because the game also offers a pretty tedious grind, requiring you to perform a lot of tasks repetitively, just once again, something like Stardew Valley. But this is really for people who like a little bit of twisted humor, like do you actually sell the meat from your dead bodies back to the townsfolk? An easy yet really ambiguous way to make some money. Or do you bury the bodies properly at an extra cost? Or just toss them in the river to save some money? Personally, I had a ton of fun putting hours into this game, and I definitely was not disappointed. One last maybe thing to be careful about, the game really doesn't explain to you many of the mechanics, so you do have to figure it out for yourself. But for a lot of people, figuring it out is half the fun. So if you're looking for a great game to sink a ton of hours into at a low price, this one can be a great pick. And now next, we have Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen that is back to 83% off, $4.99. This one once again running till March 27th. Now this game is a third-person open-world action RPG, and I'd say it's best known for a very dynamic combat system and an innovative pawn system for your additional characters, where you basically go through the game trying to recruit other people to fight alongside you. It's also a game that is feature-rich in a dark fantasy world that has a lot of intricate lore. It also really utilizes its RPG elements well, with the ability to really customize your characters. Now, the one thing I will maybe mention for this one is the voice acting, although present, is not the best. But definitely, if you're looking for a budget open world experience, I can't think of a better medieval one on the Nintendo Switch. Not only that, but the second game is right around the corner, and although for the moment it doesn't seem like it's coming to the Switch, if you have any interest in that other game, this can nonetheless be a great time to pick up the first one. So now it's time for today's sizzle reel of deals with some other great games to consider for this week. Definitely don't skip on these. Hey everyone, we're not at the end of today's eShop deals video, and I want to hear from all of you. Let me know what games you're picking up in the comments down below. Also, I want to give a huge shout out to my channel supporters. Their monthly support is so appreciated, and you can check out all their names on the end screen of the video. And don't forget, on the way out, to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you aren't already, and click on that notification bell so you know when all my future content comes out. And as usual, I hope I'll see you in my next video.